Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my entire physical TBR. These are all the books I own and have not read yet. This is my TBR bookshelf. The entire 6 shelves are filled with books I have yet to read. So we'll be going through every single one of them in alphabetical order by author's last name. So starting with Elizabeth Acevedo and ending with Marcus Zusak. A to Z. I'm very excited to finally be filming this video. I'm filming it as a part of the Pan Your TBR bookshelf group of ladies. They invited me on Instagram and I couldn't commit to doing a monthly series like some of them are, but the goal is in 2022 to reduce the number of books on your physical owned TBR and like read more of what you own and buy less, which I definitely need. If you missed it, the last video you would have seen, I believe, is a book haul where I read 10 of my physical books as a part of an Instagram challenge and then bought like 27 as a reward to myself. Yeah. So I definitely need to slow my roll. I have very, very little space left on this bookshelf. And honestly, I have 2 bookshelves, 2 of the IKEA Billy bookshelves, and I don't want one full one, like the entire bookshelf, to be unread books. I want to have read more of the books I own than I currently do. I don't know what the percentage is, but I know it's not good. So like I said, we're going to go through every single book. I would like this video to serve as a reference for me for future video ideas on which books I should be picking up. So please leave a comment down below of every book that you think I should prioritize reading. I think there's going to be a reading vlog at some point where I like just randomly generate a comment and read whatever book that is. So I don't mind if you list all the books in one comment, or just like as you're watching and you see one that you're like, oh yes, I want her to read that, it's my favorite, or I want her to read it so I know what her thoughts are, then you can do separate comments. I don't mind. I know Becca with the books does it this way, and I thought that was a really great idea. I watch hers every single year, and I'm excited to be doing one for myself. So I hope you guys enjoy. I have no idea how many books are on my physical TBR, so I guess we'll figure that out together, but I'm sure it's an incredibly large number. And I would like to get it under 100 because I know for sure there's over 100 books on my shelf that I haven't read. But I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave those comments, and I'll see you at the end. Alright guys, so here is a quick overview of my TBR bookshelf. It is in alphabetical order by author's last name, and we're going to go through every single book that I have not read yet. Here is the top shelf. I love this card that my best friend gave me. On the inside it says, but they're fictional. I don't want to show you all of the inside, but I just think that that is funny. So we have With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, The Girl in the Tower and the Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden, A Shadow in the Ember, Jennifer L. Armentrout, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, The Boat People by Sharon Bala, One Good Deed by David Baldacci, The Elegance of the Hedgehog by Muriel Barbary, Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, City of Stairs and Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett, The Highway by C.J. Box, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, The Girl with a Pearl Earring by Tracy Cavalier, Past Tense by Lee Child, The Grey Wolf Throne and the Crimson Crown by Cinda Williams Chima, The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi, Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. Oh my gosh, my arms are already tired. This is my second shelf. This little bin just has my blue light glasses, sticky notes, pens, apparently some crayons that my kids stuck in there. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clark. Watching You Without Me by Lynn Cody. Gone for Good, The Woods, and Caught by Harlan Coben. The Alchemist by Paolo Coelho. I'm not going to take these all down, but I will tell you the titles. These are, I believe, the first 10 books in the Immortals After Dark series by Cressley Cole. So I have A Hunger Like No Other, No Rest for the Wicked, Wicked Deeds on a Winter's Night, Dark Needs at Night's Edge, Dark Desires After Dusk, Kiss of a Demon King, Deep Kiss of Winter, Pleasure of a Dark Prince, Demon After Dark, and Dreams of a Dark Warrior. This is an older fantasy romance series. And then in the same bundle, as you would have saw in my last book haul, I also got Captain of All Pleasures. And then this trilogy is If You Dare, If You Desire, and If You Deceive. Again, all by Cressley Cole. I Heard the Owl Call My Name by Margaret Craven. The Spoon Stealer by Leslie Crew. State of Fear by Michael Crichton. Wayward by Blake Crouch. The Skin Collector by Jeffrey Deaver. And The Cutting Edge, also by Jeffrey Deaver. White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. And Room by Emma Donoghue. Here is a look at the third shelf. The Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. A Painted House and Sycamore Row by John Grisham. Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. And then I have a little excerpt for King of Fools, which is the sequel. If you see library tags, that just means my library was getting rid of them, so I picked them up for free. This is Outlander by Deanna Gabaldon. The Warren Buffett Way by Robert G. Hagstrom Jr. Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Mother of Pearl by Melinda Haynes. The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. The Fireman by Joe Hill. Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb. The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. The Fifth Season, The Obelisk Gate, and The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. Hello, sir. We now have a helper. What are you doing? Now here is a look at my fourth shelf. The Stand by Stephen King. God's Grave by J. Kristoff. Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. A Court of Mist and Fury and Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. A Questionable Friendship by Samantha March. The Number One Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. The Virgin Cure and the Birth House by Amy McKay. The Nanny Diaries by Emma McCollin and Nicola Krauss. Another older fantasy romance series I recently hauled. This is by Karen Marie Moaning. It starts with Dark Fever, then Blood Fever, Fae Fever, Dream Fever, and Shadow Fever. Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. Emily of New Moon and Emily Climbs by L.M. Montgomery. Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. Kit's Law by Donna Morrissey. Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyang. And lastly for this shelf, The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. Okay, here's where it starts to get tricky because my kids' toy shelf comes across my bookshelf, but here is the fifth one. First up, I have a selection of books from James Patterson. First to Die, Unlucky 13, Invisible, The Family Lawyer, Toys, and Hope to Die. Inheritance by Christopher Paolini. Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. My Sister's Keeper and Sing You Home by Jodi Picoult. Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. The Subtle Knife and the Amber Spyglass by Philip Pullman. I have read The Golden Compass, the first in this trilogy. This is a big bind up. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Books 1, 2, and 5 in the Percy Jackson series. So we have The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, and The Last Olympian. Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. Neon Gods and Desperate Measures by Katie Robert. Divergent by Veronica Roth. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. The Carbon Bubble and the End of Growth by Jeff Rubin. Here is the bottom shelf. Holes by Louis Sakur. Petit Anglais by Catherine Sanderson. Warbreaker and the Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. You will see I also have part 1 of The Way of Kings in paperback here. Actually, that's part 2. I ordered part 1 and 2 of these paperback UK editions because I enjoy reading paperbacks more than hardcovers, but they accidentally sent me this giant hardcover. It's over 1,000 pages. It's so big and heavy that I know I will not enjoy reading the book like this, but I'm keeping it because it looks beautiful, and they refunded me the money, so it was basically a free UK hardcover. And I think I'll just buy part 1 a second time since they refunded me, because I think I will enjoy reading them like this more, and then I'll have this beautiful edition on my shelf. Is that kind of silly? Most definitely. But I mean, like, these are hard to come by, especially I live in Canada. This is super heavy. It's like 10 pounds, I swear. Vicious and This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab. V.E. Schwab is for her adult books and Victoria Schwab was for her YA books, but I think she's changed that now. Amber and Dusk by Lyra Celine. The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. 2 by 2 by Nicholas Sparks. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Free Fall by Joseph E. Stiglitz. Buddy, you're really not actually that helpful. I know you think you are, but please excuse me. The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. The Lord of the Rings series, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. One by One by Ruth Ware. And last but not least, The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my Entire Owned TBR. That was a lot of books to get through. My arms were tired when I was doing the top shelves, so I had to hold my camera up like this. There's a lot of really great books on here that I'm so excited to get to. There's a lot of thrillers that my father-in-law gave me to read that actually, like, they do sound interesting to me. That's why I have kept them. There's some classics on here that absolutely terrify me. But before you leave, don't forget to leave those comments on what books I should prioritize. Do you want to see this video again next year and see where we are as the next installment in this Pan Your TBR bookshelf group series thing? I plan on completely randomizing a book off of my shelf to read, and maybe we could do that every once in a while. I don't know. That's enough rambling for me. This video is getting long. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know. and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.